It's like in 007 when you enabled big head mode. Right.
Oh,
Play with worms more often.
Yeah,
I told you.
Please don't say that.
I'm gonna call it DK mode for like Donkey Kong or something. Always ready.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is the Geeks Talk. I am Sam. This is my tech partner, Larry. If you haven't done so, go ahead and click subscribe just once and click the little bell icon. Bing! That way you'll be notified every single time we post. What are you doing?
I'm downloading drivers.
Oh. Alright. So today we are talking about common misconceptions in the computer world.
Right.
Just kidding.
Sure.
There are tons of them, and we could actually talk till next week on misconceptions.
I think you're gonna run out of video for that. I think what is our time limit's at like 45 minutes.
We don't actually have a time. Oh, because of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start streaming and just saving it to the system. So, anyway, common misconceptions. Larry, do you have any? Well, other than look.
Oh yeah.
Here, I'll let you show.
I have a phone again.
He has a phone.
I'm with the times.
Yay!
So I got an S9.
And it works.
And
hey, that's weird. Look,
he had to copy me, so now we have the same phone.
we don't have the same phone.
It's the same phone.
It is not the same phone. If it was the same phone, there'd be one phone. We have the same model of phone.
Okay.
We don't share a phone.
What if they clone this phone? You don't know. What's your IMEI? Maybe they're the same.
I'm not saying that on the air. My phone will be shut down within 20 minutes. Probably not. So anyway, yes, I had a cracked screen and it was bugging me, and so I went and got a new one. And I really like it so far. The update's done too, Larry. I think. I have to figure all this out tonight.
Do you have it recognizing your face yet? In your retinas?
No, I don't care about that crap.
I see.
Strangely enough, I don't care about that stuff. Oh, what are you looking at drivers for?
I'm trying to fix miscellaneous issues with my laptop because it's old.
Well, we should fix mine too, because it apparently doesn't
like your
automatically
network?
connect in my network.
Despite being automatic connect.
Yeah. Might have to go in and delete all this. Anyway, misconceptions. Larry, what do you got for misconceptions? We could talk for hours on this, but we're going to kind of keep it short.
Oh, okay. Well, in the vein of keeping it short, let's see. Probably one of the biggest issues that I have is people complaining that... so you install, like, Office, right?
Are we talking about issues that we have with people, or just misconceptions?
All of the above.
Okay.
But no, so like seriously, like people go in and you will install Office or any program for them, right? And like they use it for years or whatever, and then or months or whatever, and then you need to reinstall or move to, if you're in an Office environment, you move them to a new computer and set them up on a new system, and then they go through and they're like, well, so I have all these documents and things that I've written in this program. Like if you go in and you click here and it'll show all my documents, and they're talking about the recent files, like things you've recently edited. And they're like, well, see, they're right there. That's my documents. And it's like, no, they're not. They're on the computer. Well, I don't. What do you mean they're on the computer? No, they're in Word. If you uninstall this, you're gonna get rid of all my stuff. Or if you move my computer, I'm not gonna have my stuff.
Yeah, that's one too. If the computer moves, apparently all your data is gone. I don't know how that works, but
so
the point you're getting at is the people that think that their files are
stored in Photoshop
that program.
or Word or Paint.
No, if you guys ever noticed on your computer, you will have, if you go to the Start menu, you will have a folder called Documents, or My Documents, or something to that effect, depends on what operating system you use. That's where your documents are stored. So when you create a document in Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, whatever, depending on where you save that, that's where your document is. That's where that file is. So you can actually go in, say it's Microsoft Word, say you create, I don't know, a page of recipes, your favorite recipes, and you save it into your documents folder. That's where that file is. It's not in Microsoft Word. You're simply using Microsoft Word to access that file, which means you can go in, uninstall Microsoft Word, your file's still going to be there because it's not in Word. It's in the computer.
Wherever you set it, wherever you told it to save, which unfortunately for most people is the desktop.
That's the other. Desktop is not meant for everything. Your desktop, like my desktop right now, if you could see it, I have 2 folders, and they're only there because I'm working on them temporarily.
We'll put a screenshot of this desktop.
Yes. They're only there
right
temporarily.
Here.
No, I don't want to do that one because that's personal stuff. I don't care. I'll change the name of it.
You're fine.
But anyway, desktop is not meant for everything. I've gone to some clients' houses and every program they ever run is all over the desktop.
Or you get the people that like they have like everything on the desktop and they have like groups of icons arranged in weird orders. Yes. And then like you rearrange it all and where's all my stuff? It's not there anymore. You got rid of it. It's not there.
No, I alphabetized it. You don't know how to do the alphabet.
It's like that Halo video where the guy's desktop is an inanimate object.
Yes.
And he's like, well, it was at the tip of that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to find it.
Then he just takes a screenshot and makes it the background.
Right. And he's like, well, I'm sorry, there's no sort option for make your desktop this.
Right. It's not the days of DOS anymore where you had like I can't even remember the name of the menu system that they used to use in DOS. One was real popular. But Windows is different. Going back to documents, there's a reason that there is a folder called My Documents. That's where that stuff goes. You don't put everything on your desktop. Those folders, think about it as a file cabinet. If you're in an office setting, you open the file cabinet, you have different files and they're labeled. Think of it as the same on a computer. You open up that file, you have a folder called My Pictures. You have a folder called My Documents. That's where your stuff goes. It doesn't go on the desktop. A desktop is meant to do temporary work off of. Me personally, when I'm working on stuff, I will just put a file or 2 there, kind of like what I'm doing here. But I don't work off of the desktop. All of your programs are in what's called the program menu. You click down on the start button if you're running Windows. If you're running anything else, we can't help you. And then you go to all programs. That's where your programs are stored. That's where you access those. Your desktop is not a menu. So that's one misconception too, that everything has to go on a desktop. Other misconception is kind of what we're talking about with files, and your files are not in these programs. Your files are in your computer. They're separate than your programs. Again, you can wipe your programs out. Your files will still be there. They'll still be safe. Which reminds me, do a backup, please. I don't want to have that conversation again.
Refer to like probably all of our earlier videos. At some point, we talked about backup.
I had to deal with a backup thing last week, and it was like, oh well, you can just recover it. My hard drive. No, you were supposed to do a backup, which I informed you thusly about last year, because I said I think your hard drive's going out. Get a backup. I even sent them a link with the device they needed to do the backup. Think they ever did it? Nope. And now it's somehow my fault that their system crashed and they don't have their stuff. So that was a little bit of a rant.
Yeah, that's the other one. Is people, you will go over to somebody's house, you will fix someone's computer, and like you'll put a new stick of RAM in, as an example, and then 4 years later they're still using the same computer, and the video card goes out or the hard drive crashes. And
well, is that like, RAM that you put in?
It's like, well, they're the last person to touch it, and you need to fix this for me because you were the last. Nobody's touched this other than you.
Yeah, I've gotten that one too. I've gotten that one, and then like if their system gets so gummed up with viruses and whatnot, and it's a few years old.
Descend. Star Citizen. Never mind. Sorry.
Their system's a few years old. Hard drive gets gummed up with spyware, viruses. So what we do is we do a full format and reinstall.
Right.
And within the next 6 months or so, the hard drive crashes because it's an old system. Apparently, formatting and reinstalling crashes hard drives. I've had that one too. Well, it was fine until you decided to format the hard drive and reinstall everything cleanly.
Oh yeah, it's your fault. You didn't know.
Yeah, apparently.
You didn't get the memo? Huh, buddy?
Was there a memo?
There was a memo somewhere.
Okay. What else you got, Larry?
Oh, there's so many things.
There are tons of things.
You're trying to figure out which one to gripe about.
Oh, let me mention one.
Go ahead.
I know that we've kind of talked on this before, Why don't we have little yellow Post-it notes over our cameras?
Oh, God. Stop with the Post-it notes.
Nobody is watching you. Am I saying it's impossible? Absolutely not.
Well, even then.
But
your Post-it note isn't going to mute the audio.
No, they're still going to hear what you're saying.
They can still hear what you're saying. They can't see you, but okay.
Here's the deal. Chances of somebody actually getting into your system, watching you through a camera, is very slim. You would have to be infected, and we've covered this in previous virus and security shows. You would have to be infected. You would have to run a file that a hacker has sent you, or you've somehow
grant them access to your camera.
Grant that access. Nobody can just sit on their computer and go, wonder what Larry's doing today, and type Larry into the web browser. It doesn't work like that.
I'm going to try.
I'm sure something will come up. Okay.
It Googled me.
281 million results.
In 1.45 seconds, I'm impressed.
Thanks, that's my internet. Apparently the internet you're allowed to have and I'm not.
Well, it likes me.
Well, it's fine now. But yes, guys, nobody is watching you. You're not that important to people. And again, even if you did, so if some hacker creates this script and somehow gets you to run it.
And you get infected and...
What do you think he's seeing? He's seeing you sitting there eating Cheetos with Cheeto dust on your chest and slurping soda.
Wow.
Who cares?
Insult all of the viewers.
That's not an insult. What do you think I do?
Well, what if they don't?
Mine's Dorito dust.
What if they're anti-Cheetos?
Well, then
what if they like Funyuns?
Well, Funyuns, whatever. You have onion dust on your chest, and your hair is all messed up. Nobody is that interested in what you're doing. I mean, what do you think you're like?
Gummy worms.
No, I don't want no gummy worms. I mean, who do you think you are that it's that important to watch you? So, do you have anything to add to that with the whole?
Well, it's just people and just. So one of the other things that just drives me bonkers is people go through and we've talked about the Facebook thing. I'm not going to go into the random Facebook quizzes and things like that. But
and Facebook quizzes are stupid, just so you know.
Yeah, please stop doing that. You're willingly giving everyone access to everything that everyone that you know because you share your entire friends list. So again,
and these are the same people. Again, I'm not insulting you, but you're the same people that put a Post-it note over your camera, but then run any software willy-nilly.
Sorry, speaking of random sidetrack, but back to his topic. So with the Post-it note, really? Just abandon the worm, I see. Anyway, so with the random Post-it note, actually Lenovo, I built some all-in-ones a couple of years ago, and they actually built into their all-in-ones a little shutter you can close, that's supposed to resolve the issue. Not to mention you can actually buy after. So here's the thing. Even if you wanted to do that, even just for the sake of aesthetics, you can actually buy a small piece of plastic that does the same shutter effect, and you can just stick it onto your laptop, and you can close the window.
Right. But we're not encouraging you to do that. We're encouraging you to knock it off.
Yeah,
Nobody's watching you. The chances of that happening are, I don't know, you're more apt to win the stupid lottery than you are to have some pimple-faced geek watching you.
Or be a victim of identity theft.
Right. Yeah. Than you are to have some geek watch you eat, insert name here.
Which I can assure you is not how they're going to steal your identity by watching you on a webcam. They're going to use the footage as random internet memes, or in all likelihood, in most cases, even if they were to be looking at you through your webcam, they're probably just recording footage to see if they can have anything to blackmail you with.
Yeah.
Which means you're probably somebody of importance, which is probably not, at this moment in time, anybody that watches our channel.
So insult our viewers. I think all of our viewers are important. Somebody of importance. What a jerk. Just kidding. So, yeah, quit doing that. Nobody's watching you. And it's like he says, they can use it as blackmail, but chances are, if you get hit with something like that, chances are it's just some geek at home laughing who's not even going to do anything like that.
Or he put some scripts out there and was like, hey, look what I can do to impress his little geek buddies.
And he doesn't care what you're doing.
We've all been there.
Yeah. Nobody's stalking you. Just stop it with that. It drives me nuts. And quit saying that your programs are in or your documents are in a program.
Well, so, and then, see if I can recall my train of thought that I was on earlier. So, one of the things that people do that drives me nuts is they'll be like, oh, I need a piece of software that does this. And they just randomly go on the internet and just start downloading God knows what from God knows where.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
You're going to end up with viruses.
Seriously, this is how you end up with the dude watching you on the camera. Is because you guys just go wherever on the internet and you're just like, well, this is the first thing I found. It's from a website I've never heard of in, like, China. It's not even English. And you're just like, click.
It says that'll do it. No. Do your research. If you come across an application or program that you think might work for something you're doing,
like, Google the website address. Be
Google
like,
the website
can
address.
this be trusted?
You can even type in whatever the name of the program is, whatever, reviews, and read people's reviews. If other people have used it and it's got 5 stars and they say, yeah, this will do this, and
but
that.
But again, in all likelihood, every reputable program has a main website that you can get it from.
Right.
Do not go to file download websites. Do not go to some random forum post unless you're really tech savvy and you're like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing here. Get your stuff from a reputable source. When you go through and just download, whatever, because like, oh, I found this on the internet and now all of a sudden my computer's infected. That's how you guys end up getting your machines infected, because you're downloading these programs that even if it is a legitimate install, like it actually installs whatever you asked it to install, people will take these installations and they will basically piggyback on top of them and they'll put in whatever scripts they need.
Yeah, they can add additional into the install file, and it adds additional crap to your system. So don't do that. Again, and I know we've said it before, but just to brief on it, is say, for example, you're looking for Avast antivirus. Don't go to any other site. Yeah. Well, File Hippo's fine. That one's safe.
No, just get it from the website. Has the website for a reason. Go there. If they tell you to go to File Hippo, then fine.
File Hippo actually links back to those sites. It's one central location to get all your stuff.
Or you could just go to the company. Like, it's probably the first thing that comes up in Google. Watch. I will type Avast right now. Avast.com.
That's the very first one. And then below that, if you guys notice, when you Google something like such as Avast,
because they can see this.
True. Okay, I'll just tell you. When you Google something like he has Googled Avast, the first thing that comes up is our website, and right below that, it actually says free antivirus download. So it actually has the download within the search result as well.
Right. What he's describing is basically Google has this neat thing they do with their search results where they will basically... They kind of know the traffic pattern for a lot of websites, and they will basically say, like, these are commonly hit portions of the website, like key pieces. And even manufacturers of websites, like Avast.com, they can actually suggest these links to Google and be like, please promote this. And then these will come up underneath the main website hit. So,
another one that I would like, and I don't know if this is kind of a misconception or not, but this drives me absolutely crazy. You guys, please, if you're doing this, stop it for the love of all that is holy. When you tell somebody, are you going to eat that?
I don't know what to do with it.
Eat it. It's a gummy worm. It's not like fishing bait, although it might work.
Ooh. I want to try that. Okay, anyway, your thing.
Anyway, here's a good example. If somebody says to me, and I'm sitting right there with them at their computer, if somebody goes, how do I get Avast? I can tell them, you have mental issues, buddy. I can tell them, go to www.avast.com, because that's the web link. So rather than going in, putting the web link in the address bar, they will Google www.avast.com.
Oh, geez. Oh, man.
If you know the address, you don't need to Google it. Google is a search engine. It's for when you don't know something. If you know the address, put it in the address bar. There's a difference between the address bar and the search bar.
What I love is they tell you they have to put it in Google.
Yeah.
When you point that out, they're like, no, you have to do it this way. Otherwise it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can't get there unless you put it in
Google. So apparently putting a URL or a web address in the address bar doesn't work anymore. You have to Google it. That's not true. Don't listen to that part. Only Google something if you don't know the website that you need. If you know the website, just type it in the address bar. Otherwise, you're just spending too much time. You're searching for it, then you got to go through the search and click it there. If you know the address, just put it in the address bar. That has driven me nuts for a long time.
So I have to know what this dude's
that?
face is about. Apparently it's Omar Sharif's 86th birthday. I don't know who that guy is.
It is. Well, if you click on it.
But it's his 86th birthday. He's an Egyptian actor.
Oh. Okay. Never heard of him.
Okay, anyway, enough sidetracks for now.
Okay. So, do you have any other misconceptions?
No, I think we've covered the basics anyway.
Yeah, me too. It was just the document thing that was bugging me. And that goes for like we're using Microsoft Office as the example, meaning Word, Excel, PowerPoint.
Just anything that has like a recent basically a recent open items. People go, oh well, that's because it's there, and that's what I click on whenever I want to open this document. And it's like, really? Like, how did you find it the first time? It wasn't there to begin with.
All that does is shortcuts to where it actually is in your computer.
You didn't click new and have this PDF open.
Right.
Like, it wasn't there just automatically. You had to open the PDF, and therefore it became a recently opened item.
I mean, with 2018, you would think that people would know this by now, but
I think people know a lot of things by now.
I still get people that have used computers for 15 plus years asking me how to attach a file to an email, attach an attachment of any type to an email. Every single time.
I had a drive map the other day that they were authenticated, but it didn't successfully complete the drive map on boot up. But the link was there. All they had to do was click on it, and it would establish the map.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's this software doesn't work because the drive map's not there.
Okay.
And just click on it, and it's like, well, how'd you do that? I clicked on it.
Yeah.
99% of my job is just clicking on things. It's just the difference is I know what to click on.
Yeah.
I actually told somebody that the other day.
Well, I tell people that all the time too. It's like, I don't know more than you. I just Google better than you.
Right.
So
I use the Googles.
Anyway, guys, I think that's it. I know that we didn't cover a lot of misconceptions. There are tons of them. I think those are the ones that we just kind of been talking about lately. So that's kind of the ones that
we've covered other ones in different videos.
We
like
have,
Like your desktop is not, or your...
I just mentioned that today.
Okay.
While you were playing with the gummy worms.
Well...
and putting them on my monitor. But no, I covered that to where like your desktop is not your storage space for your programs. That's what program files are for. So, okay. Well, while he's playing with the gummy worm on the monitor, I'm going to go ahead and end the show here. Make sure you join us next week. We have some awesome stuff to talk about next. Say goodbye, Larry. We're out. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.